audio article by the Common Constitutionalist entitled, "Trump Suffers the Indignity of Multiple Accusers, much the way Cruz did." Recall that this past March saw the National Enquirer printing a story that Ted Cruz had 5 mistresses. Whatever happened to the extramarital affair story? There appears to have been no follow-up. We haven't heard a peep from the supposed 5. The story just vanished. This would lead any reasonable person to think that the story was bogus and that his buddy at the Enquirer merely made it up to help advance Trump across the primary finish line. At the time, few really believed that clean-cut, nerdy Cruz had the chops to even have 1 mistress, let alone 5. On the other hand, plenty believed that Trump had at least something to do with the Enquirer story. For one, Trump and Enquirer chief executive David Pecker are evidently very close. So close, in fact, that Pecker has used Trump's private jet to fly from New York to Florida to meet with Trump in the past. And 2, that Trump is the polar opposite of Cruz, and that he would have no problem playing dirty politics. This, you might say, was Trump's October surprise they pulled out to use against Cruz to help seal his fate. Recalling this, it comes as a bit of a surprise to hear the wailing and gnashing of teeth by the Trump people that the media are conspiring with the Clinton campaign to trot out all these supposed victims of Trump abuse after all these years. By supposed, I mean alleged. No one really knows, save for Trump and the accusers. And that's all they are. And that's all there will ever be, is alleged. We will never find out the truth because the truth is not even secondary to getting Clinton elected. The truth is completely foreign to this bunch. Trump's accusers, like Cruz's, are likely to go the way of the dodo after the election. Now, first off, of course, the media and the Clinton camp are conspiring. What's new with that? You'd be a fool to think they wouldn't play every dirty hand they could fabricate to assist the most corrupt candidate to ever run for high office. I mean Hillary, in case there is any question. Second, what is good for the goose appears now to be good for the gander. Trump did it to Cruz, and now Hillary is doing it to Trump. The advantage Hillary has is that her campaign effectively operates an entire nationwide conglomerate of news networks, whereas Trump only had one crummy little rag of a tabloid. Her various media arms are able to professionally produce a seemingly never-ending series of video interviews of any woman who cares to show up and accuse the Donald. As Rush has said of Democrat accusations, the nature of the evidence is irrelevant. It's the seriousness of the charge that matters, and that's all that matters. Democrats and others understand that all which must be done to advance a scandal is to level a charge. Just make something up, like Harry Reid saying that he heard Mitt Romney hadn't paid his taxes. It was a lie, but it didn't matter to a lowlife like Reid. Just put it out there and see if the ball starts rolling. And if the charge is against a Republican, it surely will, every time. As video is a much more effective medium than print for this type of dissemination, video gives the appearance of being a lot more credible. The viewer is able to see and therefore share in the pain of the victim. In this day and age, that's just the way it is. I don't know if these accusers are telling the truth, but it is curious that after decades, in some cases, women are, for the first time, sharing their Trump stories. To me, it's all just too convenient, too contrived, and too perfectly timed. What better way to keep the real scandal of Hillary's high crimes off the front page than to produce a series of soap opera clips for the short-sighted, short attention span general election voter? Thanks for listening.